At 8 p.m., only voters who are already waiting in line will be eligible to cast a ballot. Voters who arrive to the line after 8 p.m. are not eligible. Similarly, citizens in line by 8 p.m. to register to vote at the clerk's office will be eligible to cast an absent voter ballot to be delivered for processing. Consider placing an election inspector at the end of the line at 8 p.m. to kindly turn away late arriving voters. The closing of the polls is a public process. Polling place doors should remain unlocked, open, and accessible. Members of the public, interested parties, and candidates are allowed to view closing procedures from the public area. Challengers may still observe closing processes within their rights and responsibilities. Begin your final checks and final ballot tabulations. If processing absent voter ballots in the precinct, make sure to check with the local clerk for any last-minute ballots being delivered for processing. Be sure to check the auxiliary bin under the tabulator for ballots requiring tabulation and inspect the precinct for any out-of-place ballots or materials. At this point, 2 election inspectors of differing political parties may begin any necessary duplication of ballots that contained voter corrections or physical deficiencies that inhibited proper tabulation, found in the auxiliary bin. After you have taken the steps provided by the clerk to close out your electronic poll book, it is time to complete the physical poll book. The first step in this process is the completion of the election inspector certificate. Complete this certificate by doing the following. Record the number of ballots tabulated. Record the number of envelope ballots and ensure that they are all properly sealed in the provisional ballot storage envelope. Record the number of voters according to the list of voters. Verify that the number of ballots tabulated plus provisional envelope ballots equals the number of voters. If they do not, and a valid discrepancy exists, a notation was made in the remarks section. Verify completion and balancing of the ballot summary, and that if any of the following items occurred, they were properly recorded. Challenges presented by any certified challengers present at the polling place. If no challengers were present on election day, this section will be blank. All absent voter ballots tabulated, all ballots duplicated and tabulated, and all valid write-in votes tallied. Place a check mark in each box as the task is completed and verified. Proceed to the seal verification section and record the seal number of the ballot container. Remember, the ballot container should only have the following items inside: voted ballots, unused ballots, voted VAT ballots and any unused VAT stock, the spoiled ballot envelope, original ballot envelope, The provisional ballot storage envelope should not be placed inside of the ballot container. It should be returned individually with the envelopes used in the final steps. Be very careful when sealing the ballot container and when writing the ballot storage container seal number down. A person from one political party should record the number, and someone from another political party should review the number recorded. Not securing the ballot container properly or transposing numbers is a costly mistake and may lead to a precinct not being able to be recounted. The tabulator tape with the zero tape should be attached to the copy intended for the local clerk. Final closing procedures and organizing your paperwork. If you are transporting a memory device from the tabulator or EPB to the receiving board, place them into their approved container and record that seal number in the poll book and on the transfer case certificate as well. As an alternative, memory devices may remain sealed within the tabulators until the expiration of security period, and the EPP flash drive may simply be placed in its own envelope under red paper seal for delivery to the local clerk. Once everything is sealed and the steps in the election inspector completion certificate are completed, all of the inspectors, including those that sealed and verified the sealing of the container, must sign under number 3, certifying completion of all of the closing steps. If you printed your reports in the polling location, place them into the appropriate sections of the poll book. The Certificate of Election Inspectors is carbon copied. Each sheet is intended to go into a separate envelope at the end of the night. Place one copy of each page with the tabulator tape attached to the zero tape in the local clerk's envelope. Place the second copy of each page with a tabulator tape attached in the envelope addressed to the Board of Canvassers. Once complete, place the poll book with a tabulator tape into the envelope addressed to the county clerk. All envelopes should be sealed with a red paper seal prior to being removed from the precinct for delivery to the receiving board or the local clerk. After packing up the remaining supplies and securing the voting equipment, one Democratic and one Republican election inspector must present the sealed ballot container and 4 envelopes to the receiving board. Following the review of materials by the receiving board, the materials are delivered to the local clerk and your election night is complete. Thank you for your service.